I want to do a podcast about Christmas.
I'm not stopping Christmas.
No, with you Christmas.
Oh, so you mean you want us to do a podcast about Christmas?
Christmas.
Well, why didn't you say Christmas?
I did. Christmas.
Well, you can't say films, you need to say movies. It's a more broadly recognised Christmas.
Yeah, don't worry about that now. Christmas?
Well, we can't just talk about films we like. That'll be Christmas.
Well, okay. What about films we don't Christmas?
That sounds even more Christmas.
How about this? Films we disagree Christmas?
Okay, that's intriguing. So what? One of us likes it, the other one doesn't, and we discuss our opinions on the Christmas?
I think you mean Christmas.
Yeah, don't worry about that Christmas.
But yeah, that's the gist of Christmas.
Okay, I'm Christmas.
Christmas.
Could still be boring Christmas.
Your Christmas.
Well, I don't see how that's Christmas.
Shall we do one Christmas? Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle, a podcast where two complete amateurs haphazardly dissect a film that one of us likes and one, well, not so much. My name's Simon, and I'm in our shed with my good friend Carl, where we will be explaining our opposing viewpoints and seeing whether we can movie the needle for one another. This week, we complete our Christmas block of episodes by discussing the Robert Zemeckis 2004 mocap adventure starring Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks. Hobos and hot chocolate ensue. All aboard! It's the Polar Express.
Are you aware of what the children are going around singing at this festive time of year?
I am, right? So you'd sent on the pod notes this note,
Last
and I was
Christmas.
like, no idea what you're talking about. And then Theo started singing something earlier. And I was like, wait, hold on. That rings a bell. What's all
Yeah.
this about then?
Last Christmas, I gave you my gat.
Yep. But the very next day, you got fandom text?
Yeah, I think, is that something out of Fortnite, I think?
I don't know. This year, to save me from mewing, had to learn what mewing was as well.
Yeah.
I give it to someone more risful.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. I was like, where did that come from then? And Theo was like, oh yeah, me and my friend, we made it up. Yeah. So it's like,
I think
right.
what they've done is they've butchered it, because I think there is a version that's sort of on YouTube or something.
Yes, I imagine what they've done is hear it and
Yeah.
and say it.
But nevertheless,
yeah,
didn't
whatever.
stop my eldest wandering around singing "Last Christmas I Gave You My Gat," and knowing the sort of what gat means, sort of the vernacular.
Kids,
Promiscuous young ladies, aren't they? This younger generation.
terrifying though, because I was just like, I don't know what half these words mean. Please, you need to educate me, so I am down with the kids.
Yeah. Oh, I think at this stage they don't either.
Fine. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Oh dear.
There you go.
On a similar Christmas theme, have you heard of the movie Hot Frosty?
I have a feeling have I heard of it? I must have heard of it because, but I don't know where. But yeah, it wasn't entirely a surprise to me. And the fact that you put this as a pod note, I'm expecting that you think this is very, very shit. Then
I've not seen it yet, but I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
So I've not watched it. So I was away with work, and one of my colleagues had said like, "Oh, I watched this on the plane over, Hot Frosty." I was just like, "What is that? It sounds awful." And as it says on the tin, a snowman comes to life as a hot man.
Oh no! Someone fucks a snowman, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Who is it? Who's in it?
No one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a classic Netflix Christmas
Would say is
movie.
it a porno, but it was on the plane. So
No, it's just one of those. Where you search Christmas on Netflix and 1,000 million billion films come up that all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
And this one has actually, I think, escaped the crowd and garnered some attention. But apparently, not to give too much away, don't want to spoil it. But I watched a bit of Screen Rant pitch meeting for it.
Oh yeah.
Well worth a watch.
Yeah.
But I managed to gather some of the plot, which was that he's just been born essentially when he gets converted from a snowman to a hot man, so he doesn't know how to do anything, and he's basically a child, which makes it even more concerning. Of this becoming a love interest and sexual adoration. Very, very confusing, but definitely going to give it a watch.
Of course.
I'll prioritise that over The Irishman, finishing that.
That seems fair. I mean, I haven't seen Hot Frosty, but I have seen The Irishman. So I feel
still not finished. Working my way through. Have you watched anything?
I've watched loads of stuff, mate.
Bastard.
I do. Before we do actually talk about films, I have one more non-film related note that I'd quite like to get into.
Go for it.
What do you feed your dog?
Raw, a little bit of raw meat,
Right.
nuggets, and a mixture of insect protein dog food.
Because I've seen you having to pick up a few of his shits at this point. The size on them is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's quite a small dog.
It's just incredible. And the other day on the school run, poor Waffle, as he was fighting for every ounce of solidity in what he was chucking out.
Oh yeah, I forgot you saw that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did just wonder though, who was more demeaned? Was it him having to sit around looking sheepish, or was it you whilst you had to scrape it up off the floor?
It comes with being a dog. There's literally no consistency in many ways to his shitting. In that, like, it can be perfectly formed little Mr. Whippy thing. It can be quite a solid thing. It's like he gets the same food every single day. There is no variation in his diet. So fuck knows why every day it's
You've got to
different.
question what else he's eating then.
Well, that is the thing. I mean, he'll eat random crap that he'll find. And the thing is, right, if he gets it, he'll just wolf it down without even like sniffing what it is.
Yeah.
You give him something at home, it kind of goes in gently, sniffs it a bit, goes, I don't know. You're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Just like, you just ate like some cat shit on the lawn.
Oh.
But me giving you this treat, you're just, I better make sure it's legit. This.
Yeah. All right, films then. Moving on.
Yeah. So I'll cover all the ones that I've watched. Shrek,
the original.
the original.
Oh
yeah.
well, you can't go wrong with Shrek.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good. I remember. I think I watched that a lot because I had it on DVD as a teenager.
Yeah, same.
Watched it a lot. Still good though.
Ooh,
Still good. Stands up.
speaker turned itself
Definitely.
off. Yeah, no, it's good. I like Shrek as well. Wow, that's all you've watched. Well, I've what have I gone? 1, 2, 3, 4,
And some
5,
of the
6,
Irish
6.
Well, I've been away
films.
with work and away for the weekend with the family, so literally no film watching time. That will change.
I even rewatched a scene from a film I'd watched last week.
You just rewatched a scene.
Yeah,
Ooh.
The Rock.
All right.
John Mason's confrontation with General Hummels. It's I'm telling you, that is up there with any face-off in cinematic history. It's amazing. Ooh. 2 magnetic actors just been pure alpha.
Be a good top 3 to do one day.
Oof, yeah, it was really good. And then, of course, finishes with Sean Connery. And personally, I think you're a fucking idiot, which is just great as well. Just like, yeah, you don't scare me, Hummels. It's great. So films. Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, like it.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Did you like it?
No, God, no.
Oh.
No. It was really shit.
Interesting.
Peak Taika Waititi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And somebody needs to just take him aside and tell him to calm down, I think. No, that was not a good film.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Nomadland.
Oh, yeah.
Francis McDormand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a much better film.
Yes. I mean, it's got Francis McDormand in it. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Did it make you want to work in an Amazon warehouse?
No. No. I mean, it wasn't incredible, but I did very much enjoy the sort of vibes of it. It was a nice, relaxing watch. Parasite.
Oh, yes.
Parasite was very good.
Very good, yeah. Saw that at the cinema. Very good.
Yeah, that was a very good film. Not just for... because it's a bit different. It's, a little bit clever. It's definitely got some messaging going on. That's all good. But just everything about it's really good. The acting's really good. It looks great. It sounds, it's all there.
And just to clue the listener in, the reason we're not really going into much depth in any of these films is because Carl is watching all of these for a future special, which we will cover in a little bit more detail when each of those films comes up. Carry on.
Coda.
Oh, yes.
Which obviously we have exchanged notes on Letterboxd.
Yep.
And by exchange notes, written exactly the same notes, which is a problem.
Yeah. It's good that we've got some consistency somewhere,
Yeah. Past Lives.
Yes. You like? Oh, not sure.
No, I did like it. I was just winding you up.
Yeah. That film is one that I like more and more the further away from me watching it as well. Like it's grown on me. Every time I think of it, I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
I've got to say, I didn't think it was great until the third act.
I was really, I was expecting it to absolutely blow me away at the time of watching. And I was a little bit underwhelmed, as you say. But yeah, and then I think the third act, it kind of all comes together.
Yeah.
But then I think, it developed on me, it built on me. Because I'd like message Will going like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. And then I think on the podcast, I think I talked about having watched it and said like, oh yeah, it's really good. And he's like, you're a lot more positive on the podcast about the movie than before when you said to me. I was like, yeah, it did actually grow on me.
No, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because I think I put a similar note in as well. I think it could be a bit of a grower. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because so many films. I think I made reference to this in my Letterboxd as well. So many films sort of set off promising and then fuck it up.
Yeah.
And this was kind of the other way. Not that it wasn't promising, it was... Yeah, I was just a bit like, yeah, this is okay, this is fine, but, it's nothing particularly original. It's I wanted to find out what happened, that's about it. And then it really nails the third act, so that was a good watch. And then I went to the cinema to watch Gladiator 2.
Yeah, didn't even invite me, what a bastard.
That's not true, is it?
No, you did invite me. I decided to watch NFL instead of Gladiator 2.
Yeah, what about
which was an excellent choice because it was fantastic. But how was Gladiator 2?
You might have really liked Gladiator 2.
Well, I mean, I get the opportunity to watch Gladiator 2 still. That's the thing. It's not a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. Well, so Gladiator 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
The friend I went to see this with, he knows who he is. Friend of the pod. He was fucking fuming on the way out.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Was he a history buff?
No. His opening words were, hate's a strong word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was...
you weren't on board with the hate, though, were you?
Well, I got to say this, right? I really enjoyed it. And we should not confuse that to mean that I think it's any good.
Yeah.
I initially rated it 2.5. I've actually knocked that down to 2 because it sort of doesn't sit right with me that I'm putting that at the midpoint. It's definitely below the midpoint. I will say I don't think it's as bad as people have made out, although I can completely understand most of what people get, the sort of the sticks they're using to beat it with. It definitely fails as a sequel. It's not a good sequel.
Is it connected?
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. And I won't go into that too much. You can.
No, it's fine. It's just so I didn't know whether it was like, oh no, this is just another story in the same world.
As a standalone sort of popcorn film, which is, in my opinion, all you can take it as. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, I might go. I might pop along to the cinema and see that.
It's definitely one that you should watch on the cinema rather than home screen. Yeah, when I was looking at the ratings for this on Letterboxd, right? Proof, if proof were needed, how fucking stupid ratings are. It has a 3.4 rating on Letterboxd, despite it pretty much getting universally panned. Tenet's got 3.4. I mean, like, what do you want, people? Honestly. You just cannot read a thing into those numbers. They're all useless.
Yep, but they are very easy.
Yes. Anyway.
Apologies, Carl. Or corrections, I should say, actually, rather than apologies. So we have one correction, and this is from the Scrooged episode. So when talking about our Podshed decorations, we made reference to the fake movie from Home Alone, and you called it Angels with Dirty Faces, which is actually a real film.
Yeah, that's the inspiration, isn't
it? We meant Angels with Filthy Souls. But
well, that's what you meant.
That's why, yeah.
And I got to correct a correction.
Yeah, because it's actually not from Home Alone, is it?
It's from Home Alone 2. It's from Angels with Even Filthier Souls.
Indeed. So there we go.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was talking to a mate. He doesn't listen to the podcast, bastard. And I mentioned this for some reason. So I was talking about fake movies. Can't remember why.
Yeah.
And he said, like, oh, Angels with Dirty Faces. I was like, no,
yeah.
Actually, it's Angels with Filthy Souls. And then I doubted myself again and had to re-Google it.
That's the thing. Which I
was like, two people have said this now. Shit.
Yeah.
Carl, I'm a little bit thirsty.
You're thirsty already? Christ almighty.
I mean, no, I'm still drinking this first beer, but
No, never mind.
It is the time of the episode where we unveil the Christmas ale. So we have, what movie are we doing today? Polar Express. So we're just going straight down the Christmas line, or we got
Christmas
something
again.
about trains?
Yeah. I have a couple in there, but I think this is the closest one, I think. This is Robinson's Brewery, Santa's Rain Beer.
Nice. A return of Robinsons. I think we've had them on the pod before.
We had them on the Mummy podcast.
Yeah?
Because Robinsons brewed the Iron Maiden Trooper Ale.
Yeah.
And then they also brewed Old Tom.
Yes.
Which
there we
we
go.
had on that same podcast.
All right, we'll crack these and then we'll move on to the next section.
Beery.
All right, let us introduce today's film, which is The Polar Express. But first, a quick reminder of our rating system. A simple 5-point scale. We either really like it, we like it, we're ambivalent, we don't like it, we really don't like it. So let's kick things off with who likes it and who doesn't. Carl.
I think I really like it.
What? I'm teetering.
I think I really like it.
I'm teetering.
You know, which way are you teetering?
I either really don't like it or I just don't like it.
Dear me. You really don't like it.
Yeah, I got quite angry writing my notes. I'm
dear
gonna stick with I don't like it. I might wind myself up to go down. I really don't like it. So yeah, fucking humbug. So why I don't like it? Okay, you can then reply with your it's Christmas, isn't it? So why I don't like it? I know. It's a Christmas film. I should just sit back and enjoy the vibes. But no, not today. Yes, this is a bit of a trailblazer, right? The first fully digitally captured movie. But quite simply, it's full of annoying characters. It feels overly extended and it looks weird as fuck. Carl, why do you like it?
You good to go?
What do you mean?
Let me know if you want to stop again. Just a peek behind the curtain here. I did just have to pause the recording to give Simon a big hug. He's clearly not in a great place right now. And I just wanted to let him know that I'm here for him, and I'm sure you are all as well. Anyway, yeah, back to the film. Well, I had more fun with this time round than I've had before. And I already liked it. So I think it kind of keeps giving. I think the animation is, in places, superb. We'll come on to some of the more challenging aspects of it. I think the soundtrack's really good. I think the plot is pretty gripping, and there's some really nice messaging in there too, I think.
Interesting. Oh, I look forward to hearing about the messaging. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's move on to the cast. And there's only one place to start, really, isn't there? Thomas J. Hanks. I don't know if that's his name. I just had an initial. Sounded like he needed an initial.
Which character would you like to...
So he plays 6 characters, right? He plays Hero Boy. Fucking hell. Father. Conductor. Hobo. Scrooge, which I think is a bit of a push. Because that's a puppet, right? Did he play the puppet? Did he? Did he mock
Well, I
up the
think
puppet?
you have to also... What are we praising here?
Well, this is the cast, so we are praising their performance. And in mocap, I guess, it boils down to movement and voice.
Because he didn't do the voice for the boy.
No, he did the mocap for the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird in itself. And he also played Santa. Yeah. So, I like Hanks. I've been clear on this podcast. I enjoy him in pretty much everything. Apart from some of the recent films I've seen with him in. We've spent a lot of time in recent episodes talking
Doesn't sound like you like Hanks.
up him and his movies. Talking him up and his movies. Like
He said tucking up him.
yeah, that didn't right.
That sounds very wrong, doesn't it? It's like bellowing and yeah.
Thank you for the action. Yeah, that was nice.
Just period up there.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of our Oscars special available on anywhere podcasts are sold. Made.
Yeah, that'd have been really smooth if you'd have fucking made any sense at all.
I'm on brand. We spent a lot of time speaking about his 90s movies. Very good. Like him a lot. Like a lot of his other movies. However, I will say he is clearly capable of a fantastic voice performance. Like, see Toy Story series, right? Mm-hmm. But I would say one of Tom Hanks' strengths is not that he's a hugely malleable voice actor who can do lots of different characters. He's very quintessentially Tom Hanks in a lot of his Tom Hanks movies, right? He sounds like Tom Hanks. He looks like Tom Hanks. It's Tom Hanks. He's a brand. So I think...
So which character are we talking about here?
We're talking about Tom Hanks.
Right.
He is the cast. He doesn't change being the person he is.
So as the hero boy, which he isn't.
As any of them? The conductor. Sure. We'll go
Conductor,
with it. And Santa Claus. And the hobo.
Well, which one do you want to talk about first?
Fucking hell.
Well, there were different performances, aren't they?
All right. I want to talk about Hero Boy's movements.
Okay. I mean, fine.
Cool. Father?
Sure, yeah.
Good. Conductor?
Yes, right. I think he is perfectly cast for the conductor because he's got some of the manic qualities about getting the train there on time.
Yep.
He's authoritative, but he's warm.
Give you that.
I think it's a really good performance from him on the conductor.
We are agreed. Good stuff. Hobo.
Hobo is fun.
Good fit for Hanks?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Still
I think
sounds like Tom Hanks though, doesn't it?
It does, but that's fine. We can talk more about that in production. I don't see that as a problem.
I'm talking about in cast because it's his performance.
Yeah, but I don't... Why is it a problem that it still sounds like Tom Hanks?
Because I like my characters to be able to be differentiated.
So we can talk about that in production. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's not as good as the conductor, but still think it's quite a fun one. The hobo,
the puppet Scrooge.
Yeah, I didn't write that one down. It was
and Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus is not very good.
Okay, good. Right, where was I?
I just don't quite know what he was going for with the Santa Claus. It's a bit flat.
Yeah, he's a bit flat.
Yeah.
I agree. Bit of a poor Santa Claus, considering you're building up to seeing the fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Bit of a disappointing reveal.
Yeah.
Anyway, you interrupted me in mid-flow, you bastard.
Oh, that was flow.
Fuck you.
Do you need another hug? What about Daryl Sabara or Sabara? The voice of the boy, hero boy.
Oh, I don't know. Annoying.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a good... we talked about voice acting before. Don't think it was a particularly good voice acting performance.
Yep. Who else have you got?
Nora Gay, hero girl.
Nora Gay, yes, hero girl. So I only included her here as she's the daughter of Marvin Gaye, and I just found that out, so I wanted to...
I thought she was better. I thought it was better than the hero boy.
As the voice, yeah. No strong feelings really on the performance, just was fairly,
Yeah. What about Eddie Deason as the know-it-all kid?
You're going through these. I've got notes on these things. Stop skipping ahead.
All right, sorry. Yeah.
Well, we got to be out of here.
I thought you were just having an open-ended
podcast recording after
rant,
it, yeah?
and I'm trying desperately to inject some structure back into
Got your
this
other
thing.
friend coming around to record a podcast straight after. You need me out of here.
Seriously, do you want that
hug? Anyway, Nora Gay. So this is more of a thing on her character, but as she performed the character, I assume she had to prepare by pulling the legs off spiders and torturing insects and poisoning the local pets, which is how she ended up on the train with children for psychotic tendencies.
I mean, psychotic tendencies? Yeah.
They're all murderers in the making. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Just look at them.
Okay, right. Well,
yeah. Did you say Eddie Deason?
Yeah.
Deason?
Yeah, I've written Deason, but yeah.
Deason. As the beautifully named character Know-It-All.
Yeah.
A distinctive voice performance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, you see him in his actual face. It's you can see how
Well,
they
they've
got
done
there.
that. They've done that thing of. I don't know if
sounds
he's
like
a
this.
voice
Oh,
actor.
you look like you sound like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a voice actor, but they've done that thing of, hey, you play that character in every single film.
Yeah.
So therefore, we're going to. If you bring exactly that, it works. I thought
it was a fantastic performance. He really made me want to take my two human hands and wrap them tightly around his little computer animated neck and squeeze until the life left their freaky little eyes. Not that you'd be able to notice that because they're already lifeless to begin with.
Deary.
Who else you got?
I haven't got any others.
No, me neither. Just on a related note, on the character names though, it annoys me. Why can't they just have a name? Why do they have to be called Hero Boy and Hero Girl and Know-It-All and Conductor and Father? I mean, Father's probably okay.
Well, they're not called anything. They're not referred to. No, they're not referred to.
They are. Well, they've called them that in the cast list.
Yeah.
They don't have names, which actually reminds me of my theory that you can get through life just not using anyone's name unless you're in charge of a large
They're
group.
not names, are they? They're descriptions. They're labels of what the characters
Give
are.
them a name.
This is like your beef with the protagonist as a character name.
I was surprised they didn't go full Tenet and just call the boy the protagonist.
Yeah, but your inability to understand why the protagonist is the right thing to have called him is similar to this, right?
Well, they called Santa Claus. Why not Fat Red Suit Man?
Yes. Why not? Indeed. Yeah.
They're being consistent.
There's no reason why they wouldn't have called the person obviously playing Santa Claus Santa Claus. The point is not what they are called, and it doesn't elevate the plot or story in any way to call the protagonist Dave.
I would love it if they called the protagonist Dave.
In fact, it takes something away because the very point of Tenet is that we are watching his timeline of which he is the protagonist of, right? Just get that in there again, just any excuse to dig it up.
I'm Dave.
But it's a similar thing here, right? Their names are not important. We never know their names. They're never referred to throughout the story. They are merely labels for us to identify them when we read the cast list.
Thank you, podcast host 2. Have you got any recasting?
Yes.
I have to. Get Circus in. Come on. He knows how to do this shit.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
That's all I've got. I couldn't actually recast this.
Yeah.
Go on, what have you got?
Who do you want first?
Tom Hanks. Wait, no, am I doing characters?
Yes, you're doing characters.
Well, not Hero Boy. I'm guessing you haven't done Hero Boy.
I've done Hero Boy.
Okay, Hero Boy.
Tom Holland.
Sure. Yeah, why not? I like Tom Holland.
He'd do a better job than
Yeah.
Sabara.
He's basically already done a computer game with Uncharted, so, he'd be bang on.
Yeah.
Okay, Conductor.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, I like it.
Manic,
put Robin Williams
warm.
in anything, that'd be grand. Yeah, I can see that. Manic Energy. Good. Hobo.
Tempted to go down the creepy route and go Willem Dafoe.
I think you've got to go creepy route. They went creepy route for everything else.
Well, the other way you can go, thinking of the wise, cracking John C. Reilly. I think he'd be quite good as a hobo.
Yeah, I mean, he looks kind of hobo-ish. That would work. What about Santa?
Well, we can't do worse here. Sam Neill. You like Sam Neill as a nice warm
Sam
Santa?
Neill.
Nice warm Santa. You could have Michael Caine. Michael Caine could do Santa.
That would be an amazing.
Yeah, but in his accent. As well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't have a line lined up. I don't know what I'd say, but yeah.
Something about blowing the bloody somethings off. I don't know.
Yeah. Or
reindeers off.
James Cromwell.
Yeah, like a James Cromwell.
Again, nice warm Santa. Yeah.
Okay. I like you've given this some thought. Well done. Any more?
Well, I've got to because you've not given it any, have you? So.
What about Hero Girl?
Well, if you've gone Tom Holland, I suppose you've got to go Zendaya, haven't you?
Sure. There you go.
Still not seen her in anything, but she seems all the range at the moment. No.
You not watched any? You haven't watched any of the Spider moments.
No.
Have you not seen The Greatest Showman?
Yeah. Which one's she in that?
She's like the high wire circus-y performer in that, isn't she?
Oh yeah, sure.
To be fair, that is one of the least main characters in it as well.
The least main characters.
Yeah, fuck off. Minor? Most minor?
Yeah.
Least non-minor?
She's one of the more minor characters, maybe. I don't know.
Most non-minor? No.
Most non-minor.
Most not minor.
Anyway. And then for the know-it-all,
oh yeah,
Rick Moranis.
Yeah. I think he would be less irritating though. more dweeby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I forgot to say, Carl. I've got a game for you.
Yeah, I was going to pick up on the fact that you hadn't teased the game.
I forgot. Even though it was written right at the top of my notes and highlighted in yellow.
Yeah.
I forgot. So, I have a game for you. It's got 3 rounds plus an extra round if it goes well.
Okay.
It might not. You might really like it. I don't know. We'll see.
So I've got to do 3 and then 1 if it doesn't go well. That's a weird ratio, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, three's a nice number. I like 3.
Yeah, okay.
But then I thought, I'll do an extra one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sent you a photo.
Yes.
Have you got it in front of you?
I can get it in front of me.
Get it in front of you. So this is definitely not stolen from a game I saw on the internet. So I've called it Simon's Totally Legally Different Christmas Movie Reveal Game. And then you can just insert the jingle there. You can make one up. It's fine. So the rules are here, Carl. You start with 100 points, okay?
Yep.
You have to guess the Christmas movie.
Oh, it's a Christmas movie. Right.
Using the least number of points that you can.
Yeah.
So I've got 12 clues for you.
Yep.
Each clue costs a certain number of points.
Yep.
And you'll see that written down. So just give us an example there, Carl, of one of the numbers I've got.
Director will cost 15 points.
Yep. And the primary actor will cost you
20 points.
Yeah. So whereas the year will only cost you
10 points.
Yes. And how many Oscars it won?
5 points. Well, you've got Oscar noms down here.
Oh, Oscar noms. How many Oscars has been nominated for? We'll get you 5 points. Okay.
Which, by the way, nobody knows.
Exactly.
Wins, yeah, maybe. Nobody knows Oscar noms.
Well, maybe they will.
No.
Maybe. So, for example, if you guessed correctly after asking for the primary actor, the director, and the release year, that would cost you 20 plus 15 plus 10, 45 points. So you would have a score of 55 points. If you guess incorrectly, though, after the guess, you would lose 25 further points for your second guess. Okay. So we're going to see how many points you end up with for the first film. So, Carl, where would you like to go first?
Oh, I've just spotted that you've got Carl's rating on here as well.
Yes, Carl's Letterboxd rating is on there as well.
Yeah. Now, the mistake you've made there, I think, is that doesn't half narrow it down.
Maybe.
So I'm not going to pick that, but I now know these are all ones I've rated on Letterboxd.
Or have you?
Well, yes, because otherwise, where are you getting my rating from?
Well, we'll see.
Okay,
So where do you want to go first?
Okay, let's go. I think this is worth it. This is worth 10 points of anybody's money. Release year.
1992. All Christmas films, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 10 points. So you're on 90 points.
Okay, let's have actor 2.
Joe Pesci.
Right, okay, good. I think Home Alone was 1990, which means Home Alone 2 Lost in New York was 1992.
Correct!
Yeah.
So you got a score of 80, which means you score the Christmas fanboy rating.
That's me.
Well done.
That is me.
Well done. You just missed out on the, holy fuck, you really do love Christmas rating.
So would actor 3 have been Daniel, what's his name?
Stern.
Daniel
yes.
Stern.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have fucking got that.
Could have got it, yeah. Was
Do you know when
risky take?
1992 came out, I was like, shall I go Home Alone 2? No, don't go home.
Well, that's it. This is the game. You got right. So that's round 1 done. We'll do a round after each of the sections.
Off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on to the production. And I have to remember to look up on my cast notes because Carl refused to engage with me on a lot of the things I wanted to talk about in cast. So.
You did refuse to engage with you on production decisions, that's correct.
Yes. So anyway, this is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who we talked about quite recently. So I'm not one to repeat myself, Carl. So I'm not going to go into this as we covered on the Oscar special when talking about Forrest Gump. As I said, I'm not one to repeat myself. So
good, yes.
yeah, not going to do that.
Good, yes.
But this was based on a book. Have you read the book?
No.
Have you listened to the Liam Neeson audiobook?
No, that's weird.
It's great. I can recommend that. That was a regular rotation in the car on the way to nursery around Christmas, so quite a few years ago. But yeah, great fun.
So you like the book?
Yes,
but
because
you've
it's
got a real
about
truck with the
12,
film.
10 minutes long or less than that. It's magical.
Okay.
Magical.
Okay.
Doesn't make me want to, I don't know.
When is your Polar Express experience that you're going on?
Oh, shh. He doesn't know.
He cannot be listening to
That's true.
this.
That is true. Soon. Well, technically in the past.
It's longer than 10, 12 minutes, you're going to hate it.
Yeah, but I get to drink real hot chocolate, hopefully.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Rip my own bloody dressing gown. God damn it. Anyway.
You're going to go in a dressing gown?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Do you not own a dressing gown?
Oh, no, I went in a dressing gown, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the dressing gown.
Yeah. I didn't rip a hole in it. I stopped
might
short.
go that on the old Christmas list, actually. I might need a new dressing gown.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Should we get back to the film?
Sure.
Script. Any thoughts on the script?
Nope.
So, I didn't think it was a strength, but nothing too horrific. It's,
nothing
it's a kid's Christmas movie. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
There was one stupid line, which I love it when this happens in movies generally, where the character yells what's happening. Where they go like, "We're going to crash! We're spinning!" He's like, yes, you are. One thing I did notice though, but this is less related to this film, more related to everyday life. And I've mentioned this to you, I think, over coffee, but I wanted to bring up here. People using the word absolutely.
Oh, God, yeah. Of which,
everywhere.
I'm guilty of myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now, every time I hear anyone say absolutely, I'll just nudge Emma and go, absolutely.
Yeah.
She loves it. But where has it come from? Why are people saying absolutely? Why not just yes? Or why not certainly? Or definitely? Why absolutely?
Yeah, I don't know why that specific word. I mean, there's definitely been a shift to using more positive language.
Really?
And I've
You've not been on Twitter?
No. But I mean, you must have been on training courses and that where they say it's important to use these sorts of phrases instead of just yes and
Absolutely.
Yeah, as
Go
if
full Ned Flanders.
And it sounds weird. If you're on the other end of that, it's this doesn't sound like I'm talking to a real person. Why are you so excited that I'm busy at work today?
Did you flush the toilet? Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, you didn't, did you? You didn't.
Yes, I don't know. But there's definitely been a shift in that, and it's a much more trained way everybody's been told to speak because it works and all that nonsense.
So they said it a few times in this because I definitely went a few times.
But I don't know why. I don't know why specifically absolutely, but I use absolutely as well.
Do you? Excellent. Well, I'm going to enjoy every time you say it.
100% as well. I say 100%.
I do say 100% quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's fair. But you could be worse. You could say 110%.
Oh God, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, and actually, it probably wouldn't make much sense to agree by saying, 95%.
Yeah,
95%.
I'm just going to leave myself open because you've been known to be wrong before.
I agree, but only 95%. We don't agree then, do you?
I agree with 95% of what you said.
Yeah. Well, that's not the same thing. That's yeah.
But anyway, I want to talk about the songs.
Okay, yeah.
So I thought actually a couple of bangers in here. The Polar Express song.
I don't like musicals.
Yeah.
And the Hot Chocolate song simultaneously annoys the piss out of me, and yet is bags of fun.
Yeah.
It's absolute chaos, but yeah, I do like saying to the kids on the morning, "Here we only got one rule," which gets a retort.
Never let it cool.
Yeah.
So did they say it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff. They didn't just go, "Shut up, Dad."
Yeah, it's very much like a call and response thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's another decent one, When Christmas Comes to Town, a bit of the slower one. It's decent enough, a bit sickly sweet, but fun. Plus one I'm not so sure about, Believe by Josh Groban. Not so sure about that one.
Where's that one?
It's on the end credits, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
I don't know. The music's the least.
Might also be saying.
I suffer through the music.
But I did kind of forget it was a musical before we rewatched it. But it was a nice distraction. I got the chance to close my eyes, sing along, which did have the downside of then opening my eyes again and having that familiar feeling of a cold, icy hand palpating my heart associated with looking at one of the characters' faces whilst they were singing.
Do you want to talk about that now?
No, it's fine.
Oh, you're going to hang on to that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The score, though, you mentioned that in your intro. I absolutely agree with you. I thought the score was excellent.
100%?
100%. Yeah. Liked it quite a lot. And it's actually not a bad little soundtrack. I remember, again, listening to this in the car quite a bit when Theo was little. He was quite into the Polar Express soundtrack. It's fun. And,
I think it really
even
works.
like just the instrumental bits are pretty good.
Yeah,
So
I think it's very effective.
yes. So yeah, let's get to the uncanny valley. Are you familiar with that term?
No.
So this is a phrase, right? And it's one of those that I understood exactly what it meant through, like, just, I don't know, osmosis or something, without actually knowing exactly what it means specifically. So, looked it up, like the know-it-all I am. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. A concept that describes the eerie, unsettling feeling people often experience when they encounter a humanoid robot or a computer-generated character that looks almost, but not quite, like a real human being. It's first introduced by a Japanese roboticist, which, didn't know that was a word. Great word. I want to be a roboticist, please.
Yeah.
Masahiro Mori in 1970. So yeah, you'll hear Uncanny Valley everywhere now.
Sure.
Maybe not everywhere.
Yeah.
But, occasionally.
Everywhere, not everywhere.
When I'm talking about the Polar Express.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, as I said in my intro, trailblazing use of mocap or digital capture. Definitely scores points for innovative use of that technology, which is now obviously fairly prevalent. Look at the Planet of the Apes films, how well that has been effectively used. You don't get to the Planet of the Apes without a Polar Express. I just don't think you do. But as with every first, you'll remember back to when you were 17 or 18 or 14, who knows? There's issues with every first, isn't there, Carl? Definite issues.
No, oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
So my main problem with the look of this is, and you might have gathered, I've got a little bit of a problem.
You got an
with the
issue,
look
have
of
you?
it. A little bit, yeah. That many of the sequences look like long cutscenes from I don't know. I'm trying to think what computer system it would be. A PS3 maybe, where it's kind of like it looks pretty good. It does look a bit weird as well though. Why is it looking so? Why are they looking like that?
Yeah.
But it's like back in 2004. I don't know. Would that have been good? Would that have been top notch? Would you have been fine with that? Maybe. I don't know.
I'll say this. It's not as weird as I remember.
Really?
No.
See, it's weirder than I remember.
No, it's not as weird as I remember.
Yeah, so I honestly thought I'd be able to look past it because I kind of went into this knowing that it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, people. We can get over this.
I
Don't let it ruin the film.
I definitely found I'm sort of ready to come out in defence of it.
Do it.
Because I definitely found a way where, whether this was a deliberate choice or not, I definitely found a way to enjoy this, or it actually works. I just back away from that a little bit. We'll come back to it. Just on the animation in general, I think it is really, really good.
Scenery, train moving, that side of things?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And there's some real attention to detail as well. I'm thinking like when he clips the tickets and the little dots float down, he's spitting one off his lip and all that sort of stuff. There's a fantastic scene where they're chasing the ticket and it's fluttering around and sticks to the window. And
I'll come on to that.
Okay. I think it looks fantastic. The bit that's weird, and I don't think the mocap's weird. It's the facial expressions. That's the bit that's weird.
Yes,
because that's
definitely
the
the faces more than the movement.
I don't even think the faces are that bad. To me, the faces just look like.
You just said the facial expressions; they're on the face.
No, right. The expressions. I don't think the faces are that bad. To me, it just looks like, that's just a slightly older, more dated animation. It's not the sort of thing that we're used to today. The problem is with the expressions, because when they're talking, the sort of eyes don't move much. It's not very sort of synced up, with the words that are coming out of the character's mouth. So that's the only bit where I would go, okay, yeah, that's maybe a little weird. But that surreal nature that it gives it, that surreal quality that it gives it, I think does kind of work for the story of it a little bit, right? It definitely adds a sort of like feeling that's like, oh, this is maybe just a bit more than just a journey to the North Pole that you might find in any Christmas film or whatever. I think there's a bit of a quality in there that I quite enjoyed. Go on, you say something now.
You were never concerned that they were having a stroke?
I was concerned that you were having a stroke.
That was my impression of the facial expressions. Wait till we go video.
You said about eyes moving in different directions and stuff like that. I didn't see any of that. I just found them to mostly be a bit expressionless. That was the thing I
weirdly I found the most issues with the girl with the expressions, that when I don't know what they were exactly what emotion they were going for sometimes, but it was most pronounced when she was doing something. I was just like, ugh, ugh.
You go back to the way the train rolls in outside of his house, right?
Yeah,
that is not balls out of excitement. They're not going for like tinkly Christmas vibes. I
liked that.
And it looks amazing.
Sounds great as well.
It sounds great, yeah. Like
real train, actually.
Yeah. It's a 1925. yeah.
I would have just loved it if he just turned around and just punched him in the face. And just be like, you'll learn.
So there's definitely some, not quite threat, but some sort of intrigue, and there's something a little bit ominous about this journey and what's going on. So, yeah, I didn't mind the fact that it looks a bit weird, because I thought that worked quite well. It lent it quite a surreal quality to it. And like I say, not actually as weird as I remember, but yeah, there we go. Sorry, I cut you up there.
No idea. So the bit you mentioned about the ticket floating around. So this is a little bit of a bugbear of mine.
Oh, go on.
I may be being unfair with this, I don't know. But this is quite early on in the... 3D is a thing again, right? I don't know if you remember when they were doing 3D, when it became a thing again, where they would shoot these scenes that were clearly just made because we've got it's a 3D movie, we need to make this like worthwhile, guys. And I think that was, and obviously I watched this in 2D because I'm not a complete cretin and my TV isn't good enough for 3D and won't work. But there are a couple of scenes, and the one that you mentioned with the ticket was exactly one of those where it's like it's completely like unnecessary. It doesn't serve anything. The ticket goes and it goes and it keeps on going and it keeps on flying and goes through the air and it gets hit to a bird and the bird does something and it goes and the bird flies and blah, 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 and it's just like yes, I imagine this is great when you've got your 3D glasses on and you're going through, but just seemed a little bit unnecessary.
I don't agree. I think it's absolutely...
excessive 3D masturbation.
I think it's magic, that scene. And I would have loved to have seen it in 3D as well. So I've criticised something similar in films recently. I mentioned like Tintin was one, where you get this like swirling around.
That 3D?
No, it wasn't 3D, but you get this like, it's a CGI thing, right? You get this like swirling around because they can sort of thing, and you kind of lose where you are. You lose scale of things.
Yeah, I get that.
I didn't think that did this at all. Now, it's doing the same sorts of things, but what it's doing really, really well is just a really good piece of cinematography, because it knows when to go close, right? It knows when to come out and give you that scale so you can see where you're at in terms of the landscape, and then we get zoom in again tight on the bird's shoulder as it zooms down. I just found it worked really, really well, that scene. In terms of like, it's a bit unnecessary. I mean, you could make that case for a lot of stuff, right? You go, well, he could just lose a ticket. You know, we don't need it to know that.
No, it could go out and it could go around and it could come back. It just went on and it went on and it went on. Yeah,
but there's also kind of the point that whatever happens to it, her ticket is going to come back to her. It's a magic ticket, right? And it's going to find its way back to the person. So I think you need to go on a little bit. But no, I thought it was a really, really well done scene. Loved it. And like I say, would love to see it in 3D.
I realised I said it was excessive 3D masturbation. Obviously, all masturbation is 3D. So that's a bit of a silly phrase, but you know what I mean. So you refused to let me talk in cast about the production decision.
Yeah, and look, I'll come clean here as well. I make some preemptive notes sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when I set up my notes before I'm watching a film.
Oh, right, preemptive.
I just write some things down sometimes.
I think that before the pod, I was like, you write a lot of preemptive notes.
Based on my sort of memories of it, or whatever. One of them I'd written down was the worst production decision is to have Hanks play the lot. I don't think that anymore.
Well, Zemeckis... What?
I don't think that anymore.
Oh, interesting. So Zemeckis wanted him to play everyone.
Yes.
Like literally everyone.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's a shame he couldn't play everyone because it works. I think it would have worked better.
So I agree. I agree that him playing everyone, all the characters, like he originally wanted, would have been better, and I would have got on board with this.
He basically just said he was exhausted and couldn't hack it.
Come on, Hanks. But the reason why, and that I think that would work, is because it would be like then a father reading this story to a child,
which is
right?
what's going
and he's
on.
acting all of the different bits, right?
Yeah.
So doing all the voices, so it wouldn't matter that it's recognisably Hanks because. Well, that's the whole thing, right? It's recognisably Hanks because it's one person doing it all, and literally all of it.
Which was the point when I said to you in the thing, like in the cast bit, I don't think it's a problem that you can still tell it's Tom Hanks doing the hobo voice.
That's what I mean. If he did the whole lot, then that would be better for me because then it would actually be a continuous through line.
Oh, well, I agree with that. Yeah.
But just by playing just some characters and some only just mocapped, which why bother? Why bother just doing the mocap for the kid? Why not just get a kid to do it? Weird, don't we? It strikes as more like I don't know, vanity project's not the right term. Publicity stunt isn't right either. But like, it's just like, oh, we've got Tom Hanks doing loads of roles.
I don't think it was like that. I think that they set out wanting to do everything because the decision to bring other people in was made during production.
Oh, is that why he hired his wife?
So yeah, so I think that they wanted them to do everything. And they've gone, this just isn't going to work. It's too much. And they've brought people on then to try sort of ease that burden. So I agree, and it's a shame it didn't work out like that. But I think you still get the point that this is his story. He's grown up. He's telling this now, and therefore he is playing everybody in it. And that's true whether you take it literally and we're supposed to believe that this happened in that sort of nice Christmas sort of way and this is real, or whether you go down, no, it's all a dream. It doesn't matter, it's his dream, it's his story.
Yeah, so as I say, I think it would have been good if he had played literally all of them because then that would have kind of lined up, but I just found it a little bit of a distraction, I guess, that it was just some of them and one where it was clearly still him.
Yeah.
Which, actually did take my mind off the screaming in my head every time I look one of the characters in the murderous eyes, so maybe not all bad.
Just on some more on the sort of some of the expressions and whatnot, and tapping into what we're just talking about, that is his story and it's all him. I really like the idea that the children have got their own personalities and faces, but the elves in the town are all pretty much the same face.
Freaky elves.
And I like that because from a child's point of view, I think, sort of child's imagination, they're going to be able to relate more to children and imply individual traits on those, but the elves are just minor characters. They're just a complete background thing.
Undercurrent of racism, they're all the same, aren't
they? Sure. I mean, if you like. So, yeah, I sort of... I quite like that. I also liked some of the, and again, I think this plays a little bit into the surrealness of it. The surrealness of it doesn't hurt. I love the nostalgia of this, but it's a weird kind of nostalgia. Like, I'm not sure where it's set. I'm not sure what time it is, but yet there's still like a cool. Well, the train's old. That's one thing.
And the toys are toys, right? It's not all electronic.
The toys are toys. They pull up outside that department store. And it's sort of a very old-timey like department store and display. And I think that really works. So much of Christmas iconography and mythology works better and is more charming when we imagine it as old.
Yeah.
Rather than sort of more modern. Modern just isn't charming, right? And I didn't think the surrealness of it harmed that at all. I thought it just helped with that quality of, I'm not sure when this is, but I quite like it.
Yeah, I like the quieter bits, as you say, with the department store and actually on the Christmas day with the opening the gifts and the trains going round and those sort of gifts. Yeah, so it gave the necessary little Christmas little thing, but I think there was less of that in the entire build up of the journey. I didn't necessarily get too much of that Christmassy feeling until we get to the North Pole, but we'll come on to that in plot. Have you got anything else on the production that you want to bring up?
Oh, just to admire the bulbous sack. Do you like the bulbous sack?
Go on.
You know what I'm talking about. You must have spotted the bulbous sack, surely.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Massive it was.
It was huge.
Yeah. Bulging at the seams it was.
Oof. Children all over it.
Yeah, they were, yeah. Anyway, yeah, there we go. That was good.
You ready for round 2 of Simon's
yes,
totally legally different Christmas movie reveal game?
Yes.
Okay, so movie number 2, Carl. Where do you want to go first for your first clue?
All right, well, look, we'll... could I be so bold as to go for one of the 5? One of the 5 there. Genres would give it away in a Christmas film, wouldn't it?
Would it, though?
Yeah, it'd be really fucked off if you just went Christmas film. It's
Christmas 3. Film. So each of the genres is the top 3 genre that are on IMDb, just so you know.
I could give it away, couldn't it? Tell you what, let's get another high point win in the bag, and then we'll maybe go...
Risk it for the third one.
Maybe risk it for the third one. Right, let's go release year again, please.
1992.
Oh, 1992 again. Okay, well, it's just I wasn't too cocky before with Home Alone.
I've thought this through.
Yeah. Okay, 1992. What else is going on in 1992?
Cold War's over. That helps.
Yeah, of course, the Queen's house burnt down. Crimea fucking river. Do you remember
For a
that?
second, I was like, the Crimea River.
Do you remember that in the Queen's speech that year? 1992, she called it Annus Horribilis. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, one of her fucking mansions had burned
smoke
down.
damage.
Like, addressing the nation. Like, I've had a terrible year. It's like, come on. Okay, 92, right, we're going to have to go with something else. Let's go for Actor 2 again.
Excellent. So, Dave Goelz.
Dave who?
Goelz.
How are you spelling that?
Goelz. Goelz.
Yeah,
Goelz?
This hasn't helped. Oh, no.
Next clue, Carl.
Okay, let's go for... Oh, fuck, let's go genres. It's only 5 points.
Holiday comedy, holiday, family, comedy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, it's funny.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to go for Actor 1. Burning through the points.
This will help you. Michael Caine.
Oh, for God's sake. Muppets Christmas Carol, isn't it?
The Muppet Christmas Carol. So that scores you 35, 45 points. So that scores you 55 points. So that scores you the rating of Fake Santa, Real Beard.
Yeah, okay. Not thrilled with that, to be honest. Not thrilled with that.
It was a tricky one. It's a tricky one. Actor 2 was a risk, didn't pay off. Okay, we're moving on to the plot. So, Carl, I'm going to let you start here. Where do you want to start things off?
Well, I'll start at the beginning, I think, or near the beginning. What do you think about the golden ticket? You like that as a little plot device? And the letters that he stamps on them when he stamps the ticket?
Yeah, it's all right.
My kids loved it. And
Did they? Were they trying to guess what the words were going to be?
Yeah, you'll get your own as well when you go on the...
Oh, really?
Thing, yeah. And the golden tickets adorn our Christmas tree now. They've really taken
quite exciting.
Yeah, they really liked it. The kids like the sort of the.
They're going to
intrigue
insult
of
me
those.
with my one. Are they going to be like bald or something like that on my ticket?
I think because you're not a child, I think they'll just do Simon in yours.
Oh.
But like my youngest got a little Christmas present in hers as well as her name. She really liked that.
Is it quite as impressive as the...
It's pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like as frantic as that, but to say the guy's got a whole carriage to do and he's doing symbols in some It's pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm quite excited now.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. You really like the Polar Express. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, no, so as a plot device, and again, talking about the sort of the intrigue of what's going on here, my kids really love that stuff. Yeah, I thought it was quite cool. I've already mentioned the hot chocolate bit.
Chocolate.
Yeah, which is quite fun. What do you think about the hero girl being the brave one? You think that's because she's from the hood? Yeah? You think that's what's going on there?
She's seen things, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, of course it's the black one. Yeah. Come on now. Let's
But
not
at least she didn't
subscribe
die
to this.
first.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, so I think the literal plot is pretty straight down the line on the sort of the surface of it, right? Journey to see Santa at the North Pole. I think that's lots of fun in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve. There is a bit of a surreal quality to it, which made it quite intriguing. I enjoyed that too. And I think there's a couple of nice messages that you can pull out of it.
Yeah, you talked about messages. Tell me about the messages, Carl.
So last time I watched this...
What do you think this movie is about? What's it telling us?
The last time I watched this, I said, I don't know what this film's about.
No.
But I took out of it that it's teaching children to be the best versions of themselves.
Oh, didn't get that.
Well, I mean, the film is very, very literal in that Santa and the conductor are fucking telling them exactly that to their faces. Now, I shouldn't be surprised that you didn't get that.
Well, I did get meanings of it. I thought...
But I can say that my very small children, even some years ago, got that message.
Be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, they're about, like, each one of them had a sort of lesson to learn, right? And how to tap into what's gonna make them.
Okay, let's go down. Pull on that string. So, Hero Boy, what was his lesson? What was his word on his ticket?
His was believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did he start believing?
What do you mean? When did he start believing?
Well, what made him believe in Santa and the whole
No,
thing?
it's not just in Santa.
Yeah, but what made him just follow my thread? What made him believe in Santa?
I don't think it was any one thing that made him believe in Santa.
It seeing Santa, wasn't it? Really,
He didn't see Santa.
Well, he kind of saw Santa.
No, he didn't.
Everyone else saw Santa, and you could see the cameras, and he's like, "It's a fucking."
No, he didn't
Santa
see.
with a beard.
Santa wasn't revealed to him.
He literally spoke to Santa.
Santa wasn't. Will you just fucking shut up? Santa wasn't revealed to him until he had convinced himself to believe. He is talking at the bell and he's saying, "Believe, believe, believe," and then Santa reveals himself. And that's the thing. It's not. He has to see it to believe. He only sees Santa because he now believes. Again, that's not an allegory. That is what literally happens in the film. There's no hidden message there. I appreciate that you...
I mean, definitely the camera angle that follows the boy going up and down, you can definitely see a man in a white beard in a red suit.
Yeah, but he's seen that throughout, and then he keeps looking at clues. Oh, that one's a mechanical one. That doesn't count. Or there's the shadow at the start. I know, it's just my dad with my stupid fucking sister on
I genuinely thought that was going to be the parents getting it on in the kitchen or something.
On his shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah!
Yeah. So he's seen that throughout, but it isn't until he convinces himself that Santa is real that he sees Santa.
See, I preferred it when it was just like, no, I want empirical evidence before I believe. Thank you very much. None of this blind belief. Come on, I'm a scientist. God damn it.
Yeah, and he kind of gets told as well, like, believe in him sort of self. They make that a bit of a broader message and all the rest of it. The know-it-all kids, obviously pretty straightforward. It's like, wind it in a bit, son. You're all right.
That'd be a cunt.
You're all right, but just wind it in a bit. Eh?
See, if Michael Caine was Santa, that would have been amazing. Son, don't be a cunt. Would have been great.
And and the hero girl, she just needed a bit of confidence to lead because she demonstrated that she makes the right choices. She just needs to believe.
I genuinely did the same as what the character did when he was did the lead. I was like, lead? What? That's a bit fucking weird.
Yeah. No, that's past tense. No,
so I thought the message was ignore all instructions and warnings with no consequences.
Well, they're all learning for themselves, aren't they? Children have got to learn, and they've got to find their place in the world.
I did find it odd that the conductor instructed at the end is like, get on a train, even if you don't know where it's going. Terrible advice, children.
Yeah.
Terrible advice. Do not do that. Always know where that train is going.
I mean, it is
timetable, know your connections. Come on.
It is just a dream or a journey to a mythical place. Now, I think whichever way you cut that, the stakes are pretty low. So I can't say that bothered me. But yes, there is a much more cynical viewpoint, which is dumbass kids.
Yes, dumbass kids indeed. So I did find the dumbass kids quite irritating throughout this, especially Hero Boy, who never learns his lessons, even though, he definitely didn't get the fucking learn ticket, did he?
No,
didn't get that. Who got learn? Was it the Hobo Kid?
Yeah, Hobo Kid. Yeah, Billy.
Billy?
Yeah.
He's got a name.
Yeah.
So he gets a name, but no one else gets a name.
Yeah, I don't know. Why is that?
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Why is Billy called Billy in Polar Express?
Why is he not called Sad Lonesome Kid? Or, I don't know, Hobo Kid would have been better.
Yeah.
Billy. Fucking Billy. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I found this quite, as I kind of mentioned, sinister, right?
Oh, no, hang on a minute. Billy is the main boy, but that's not actually given in the film.
Confusing. So what's the
he called?
You find what the kid's called.
Yeah, what Hobo Boy Kid is.
Yeah, Hobo Kid. Yeah,
Hobo Kid.
So I found this quite sinister, right? I think there is a cracking horror movie in here somewhere where damaged, non-believing children are lured onto a train by a sinister conductor, only to end up in a Nazi-style death camp.
Oh, Godwin's.
What do you reckon?
Sure, yeah.
You weren't listening, were you?
Yeah, you were fucking prattling on about Nazis, you psycho. Right.
The other thing that I noticed with the plot, I didn't think you'd like this because it's constant peril. There is constant peril being
I do have some issues with the plot.
Inflicted on it, and the source of the majority of the peril seems to be humans unable to use their lifeless club hands to keep hold of small items, like the girl's ticket, can't hold on to that. The pin, can't hold on to that. Jingle bell thing, loses that, and you can't.
Have you never had a dream where you don't quite have control of the most basic things or whatever? Or have you never had a dream where you're playing football and you can't quite control it, or you can't quite run fast enough?
No, I've had an actual experience where that happens.
Right.
I don't need to dream that shit.
No, I think he's called Billy Lonely Boy. That's strange, isn't it?
That is strange.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we'll save that for a correction next week if that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so just let me fucking park your cynicism again with this here Christmas film that you've really gone off the deep end with to the point where we're now talking about Nazi fucking... Nazi Mengele and that involved. Yep. Christ almighty. Mm-hmm.
Telling you, the kids just get led off.
So last time, I was like, I'm not quite sure what the messaging is other than that very overt messaging, Simon, because both the conductor and Santa say that verbatim to them, the lessons they need to learn out of this experience. And like I said, my kids took that too. The thing I really enjoyed about this, this time around, I liked the whole, how feeling lost he was. And you can take that to be just about Christmas, like he doesn't believe about Christmas.
He wants to believe.
He wants to believe. And then obviously, because it opens up, doesn't it? It says like, he's become a bit misguided, and not just by himself, because it comes up in an opening line that a friend had told him he'd never hear the bells because, Santa's not real or whatever. And he's really feeling disillusioned and frustrated with that. And he's getting in his own way because of that. So his sister's excited because it's Christmas Eve. And whatever the truth of it, he's not excited anymore, which is a really sad thing.
Just on that, do you think this is a dangerous film to show children?
No, I don't, because of the way it resolves.
Not the Nazi death camp bit.
I don't know because of the way it resolves. I think it's okay.
I think it gets some. I was wondering is that this is raise some questions. Like not younger kids, but like when you get into 9, 10.
The problem is we've had this with a couple of Christmas films, and this isn't one of them. But I know what you're getting at. We've had this with a couple of Christmas films because they've all kind of got like different interpretations and different degrees of realism, right? So you do get some questions raised up anyway. We've just generally had to sort of bat stuff away with, but it's just a film. It's just their take on it, you know. Yeah. So you can sort of pick and choose which bits is that's consistent with what we've told you. Yeah. So we'll take that bit, but that bit's not. I can't remember what film it was now, and my youngest is going, "Hang on a minute, that's not how it works." No, it's not. I don't know what they're going for. Never mind.
Fiction, isn't it? It's fine.
Just a film. That's quite sad. And he goes on this journey, and he comes through it as a boy. We know he's empathetic straight away, right? So he says to the hobo kid,
Billy.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if Christmas is going to work out for you or not, but it's Christmas Eve. Don't just stay here by yourself. So it's like he already gets it. He gets what Christmas is about, right? It's just he's really struggling with sort of remembering that. And he comes through this journey. He has the turnaround at the end, which I think is a really touching turnaround, partly because the music's so effective as well. And the closing lines talk about how, the bell still rings for me, it stops for my sister and all the rest of it. And I think it still works whether you go in literally, he still believes in Santa, be a bit weird. Or generally he believes. If the point is he's remembered sort of what Christmas is about, and it still makes him really, really happy when it rolls around, because maybe it's not about actually believing in that mythology, but he's not dreading like spending time with the family. He's appreciative that like at this time of year everybody makes that extra special effort to be together, or maybe to cook and eat a meal together, which you maybe wouldn't do throughout the rest of the year sometimes. Everybody's just got that little spring in the step. And I think that is a really, really lovely thing about Christmas, and I think that's really portrayed well through this character and his journey. I've joked before about really loving Christmas as a substitute for a personality, right? I tell you what's really boring, much more boring than that, is fucking hating Christmas your entire personality, right? Yeah,
bar humbug, Scrooge personality.
That's really dull, because even as an adult, one of the reasons I love Christmas are all those things. It's like when the sun comes out. We live in a country where it pisses it down a lot of the time and it's grey. And when the sun comes out, when it really comes out, everybody's just got in a bit of a better mood. And I find you get similar things at Christmas, and I love Christmas because of that. And I think that this film is doing a really good job of getting that across in Hero Boy and his journey, and the appreciation that he comes out with it at the end. And yeah, I enjoyed it on that level a lot more this time.
Ooh. That was very eloquent, thank you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. You call me a cunt now to balance that out? Or
maybe. Yeah. We'll get to the third round of the game, and I'm sure there'll be an opportunity.
Yes.
You got anything else in the plot? We've not really talked about the hobo ghost angle.
So I do have some issues with the plot. I do think it's a bit long.
I felt it was quite long, but it's not actually that long. You know what I mean?
Hour 40, is it?
Hour 40, which is generally in about the kind of rate. Hour 30 is ideal here.
I feel like it slows down a bit when it gets to the North Pole. I like the train journey and all the rest of it, and I feel like there's a bit too much in the North Pole. They could maybe cut a bit out there.
See, funny,
you talk about Constant Peril, by the way.
Yeah.
There is a bit of that, but it didn't come with the sort of
screaming,
shrill voices all the time. So
I quite like the once it got to the North Pole, because that's where you start to get the sort of like Christmassy.
Oh yeah, no, there's good stuff in that,
and stuff like that. Yeah. Now you could have probably cut another runaway train, another thing to get the presents. You could have discovered those presents in another way, because that's quite a cool concept of the giant Santa's giant sack.
Yeah.
And just fondling the contents of Santa's giant sack. It's all there.
It's a hell of a sack. Yeah. Bulbous, as I say.
Yep. And then, Santa whipping the reindeers, it's not ideal. Come on.
Everybody does that. Kurt Russell in Christmas Chronicles.
Just above the head. Yeah. But yeah, so I quite like the the bit on the North Pole. It did give and then when Santa's revealed and stuff. Disappointing Santa, though. It's a disappointing Santa for me.
He's not great as Santa. We said this in cast.
But I just think, just in the look as well, it's not a great look for Santa. He's not quite got a big enough belly. He's a bit up and down.
He's missing a bit of warmth.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, he's not quite got a big enough belly. I think that comes back to Hanks as the grown-up, what will now be dad, playing the part. But there's definitely, in the performance, there's room for improvement there, I think.
Yeah. Anything else on the old plot here?
Let me have a quick scan down. No, I think that is me. I've just got a couple of changes, but obviously we'll come on to that.
Oh, we will. But first, round 3 of Simon's Totally Legally Different Christmas Movie Reveal Game. Okay, so Carl, you've got the hang of it now.
Yeah, and as you suggested, it might have been genre was pretty fucking useless, so won't be going for that one again, even if it only costs 5
Where would you like to go first?
I'm going to go year again.
You're going to go year, consistent, I like it. 2018.
Okay.
Where would you like to go next?
Right, I've got to think about this now because if it's what I think it might be.
He's given us a lot. I love how seriously he takes these games. It's brilliant. Only works because he takes it so seriously.
Now, genre might actually help me out here.
You reckon?
If it's what I think it might be.
Go on, Em. You want to do it?
No.
Okay, cool. Right, good. Let me know.
A director's Christmas films I'm not good with. I think we'll have to leave that alone. One of the actors is tempting again. I'm just trying to remember. Do I remember the main actor? I think. Oh, I definitely remember actor 2. Right, give me actor 2.
Darby Camp.
Shit. It's not what I thought it was. Oh, no.
Where would you like to go next? That's cost you 20 points so far. So you're still in the Christmas fanboy thing if you want to take a guess now.
No, I can't take a guess now.
No.
What happens if I guess and get it wrong?
You lose 25 points.
25 points.
So you're going to be dropping
No,
down.
I can't do that. I'd rather spend 25. Yeah, okay. I don't think director helps me. Right. Genre's 5 points. You go genre.
Holiday comedy, holiday family, adventure.
I mean, they're useless. They're absolutely useless. Oh, could it be?
I don't know. Could it be?
Would actors... Right, I'm going to have to go actor 1.
Actor 1, Kurt Russell.
Christmas Chronicles 2. Fuck's sake, yeah. So that's the boy, isn't it, Darby? What's
Incorrect.
What, is Christmas Chronicles first one?
Is that your second guess?
Yeah.
It is the Christmas Chronicles, the first one. So that loses you 25 points, plus 45, 55, 60, plus the year 70 points. That gets you into the 30, or you're just in the maybe you should try getting a personality instead category.
Yeah, well, I think that's sound advice anyway.
You just missed out. Yeah. You were almost below 30, which was suck my mistletoes, you lump of coal, little fuck.
Yeah, a bit too hot on the Christmas Chronicles 2 guess there.
So do you want a round 4?
Oh, I'd love a round 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on then. Round 4, ding ding.
Right, I've got to go year again. It's only 10 points, it's worth it.
The year, 1991.
Okay, let's go actor 2.
There is no actor 2.
Oh, was that 91? Yeah.
Is he going to take
is that the Snowman?
It's not the Snowman.
It's not Father Christmas. It's Father Christmas.
It's Father Christmas. Yes.
You're not allowed that. It's not feature length.
Well, I did say it was a little bit. That's why it was round 4, because it was a little bit of a. The Snowman's also not feature length, but
yeah, that's true.
So that loses you 35, 45 points, gives you a score of 55. Fake Santa, real beard again. So not bad. You did
patchy performance.
You started off well. It went a little bit downhill.
Patchy.
But there you go. That was the end of Simon's Totally Legally Different Christmas Movie Reveal Game.
It's so much better than fucking Tag Lies.
Took so much fucking longer to prepare for as well. All right, let's move on to any changes. But before we do that, we're going to unveil the second Christmas ale. And final Christmas ale. So Santa's Rain Beer, just a quick review. Not very Christmassy, but fine. It's all right. It doesn't scream Christmas.
It's all right.
Yeah. What have we got now?
This is by Southwold.
Okay.
Which I think I don't know if they do beers on their own or if it's just what Marks and Spencer's called their sort of brewery.
Southwold do, yeah. They're definitely a brewery.
So this is the Christmas. They put the word in there so that you know it's a Christmas beer. Yeah. But this is a blood orange wheat beer.
Oh.
Which promises to be crisp and citrusy.
Okay. Let's give that a go.
Well, it doesn't smell too orangey.
Is that good in your book?
Yeah, you don't want to overdo it.
No. So, oh my God. Oh, what is going on? Can't even open the... Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely doesn't smell orangey. It smells a bit odd.
Well, it smells a bit of a wheat beer, doesn't it?
So odd. You just straight from the bowl? You're not decanting into a glass?
No, I don't like wheat beers, so anything that will dull the taste, that'll be nice.
Anyway, changes. Have you got any changes,
I've got
Carl?
a couple of changes, yeah.
2?
I've got 2.
2?
Yeah.
I have 3. Okay, so...
No Nazis, please.
Oh, shit. I have 2. No. So my first one is make it less horrifying or more horrifying.
Well, you're back on Nazis, aren't you?
I could say, I think you could. I'd quite like to see a little someone on the internet to turn this into a proper horror. I think it'd be quite fun.
I mean, look, I am not pretending that their faces aren't weird. I do think you're overstating it quite a lot.
Oh, I'm definitely overstating it.
I sort of wonder. So, again, I'm not. I don't think this is true. I don't think they've gone for the very, very particularly blank expression. Look, I do think that was a limitation of the technology at the time. My take on that is it doesn't necessarily work against the film because it lends it that surreal nature, which I think works quite well. But on that, I wonder if the bits that weren't obviously the dream sequence, i.e. the bits with his family in the house, could have been more traditionally animated in terms of their facial expressions and whatnot.
But
then the dream bit really leans in.
Yeah, then it would have been definitively a
dream.
Yeah.
And also, regardless of whether that bit was a dream or not, at the point we are here in the story, it is a retelling of it from adult him. So, yeah, I sort of did back away from that a little bit. But, yeah, there we go. What's your second one?
Just reduce the length a tad and could do that by just removing the made for 3D scenes, which would just reduce it just a little bit. I don't think it needs a lot taken off it, just a little bit.
Well, one of the ones we've talked about, I really enjoyed. I wouldn't remove that, but I do agree that it lags a little. I think in the North Pole section, I think you just tighten that up a little bit. Like you said, I think we could get rid of one of the chase/peril scenes there.
One thing we didn't talk about was the roller coastery when the train's going up and down and stuff. I would have quite liked to see that in 3D or on one of those simulators. That'd be quite fun. And number 3 for me, kill one of the children.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Or get Hanks to do a little less. Yeah, you can pick whichever one you want.
Okay.
So they just pick him to, I don't know, 2 characters, or get him to do all of it. Make a decision. He's either doing all the characters or he's doing one character. Not halfway. No halfway house. Thank you. You could also kill a child. All right, let's move on to This Is Why You're Wrong. So this is our closing statement from each of us before we then find out if any of our needles have been moved. So Carl, off you go. What's your closing statement to convince me to up my opinion?
So on the mocap, it's unavoidable that we talk about this, it seems. I thought the strangeness actually lent something to it. I can see why you would disagree with that, but I don't think it really gets in the way. Once you're past that, the soundtrack's fantastic. I think there's a really lovely story at the heart of this, whether that be something as simple as the kids go on their individual sort of journeys and and learn some lessons, or whether it's just about reaffirming a small boy's joy for Christmas and all that goes with it, and how he takes that forward. I think it's lovely, and I really, really enjoyed it. And a lot of the Christmas films always come down to mood, but I think this one is one that's really, really nice to watch, especially if you've got children just before Christmas, really, really close. I think you'll love the Polar Express experience, because I think you're going on the same one as that I did.
I hope so now. If you've sold this and it's shit.
I think you'll like it, because they really nail some of the cool bits out of there. So, yeah, I think it's a lovely film.
So I've made no notes for this. This is going to be an unstructured mess. So you raised some very good points. Okay, so and things I've touched on as well. The soundtrack, very good. There's some good songs. I know you're not into songs, but I think the songs are fairly decent. The bit where this falls down for me is that I do find all of the children characters quite irritating, which means it's hard to get on board with the individual journeys and things like that. I found that the Hanks doing multiple characters, it takes you a little bit out of it, as we've kind of already covered. There are good moments to it. The fantasism, that's probably not a word, fantasticness, the fantasy side of things, where the train is going on these crazy tracks and going around and stuff, like in it on its own, that's pretty cool. There's some great kind of scenes from that perspective. But then there's counter that with what I see as some of the unnecessary 3D side of things. So
very cynical.
Actually, I'm a little bit cynical with this one. But I think I have obviously focused quite heavily on how it looks. And as I said, it did affect me more than I thought. And I did genuinely find it quite sinister.
Yeah.
But I can also see where you're coming from, and I'm really glad you found and your children found something really nice to enjoy in there, and no Nazi death camps came to mind when you were watching.
No,
it,
yeah,
nice.
Maybe I'll pick that up on a rewatch.
maybe.
Yeah, and just to pick up on something you said there. So, Hanks playing most of the characters is a problem, but of course, if they played all of them, that would have been fine. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We've been over this because it's leaning into that whole thing. It's the fact it's not one or the other. It's like either you're playing all of them and you're doing all the voices, or you're doing one of them and you're just a character in it. It's my opinion. Opinions can't be wrong. Apparently.
Well, that is what they say.
So, Carl, has my skepticism and cynicism?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, has my needle been moved?
Moved your needle.
My answer from yours. No. I'm going to stay with really like. Thank you very much.
So I was flirting with the really don't like.
I know, you absolute monster.
To start with.
Which, by the way, as you got into your reasoning and started bringing out the death camps, nothing to dissuade that idea that you're a monster.
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So I think I think you have firmly seated me in. Look, it's not my cup of tea. I found problems with it.
I've really made you don't like it.
I can't really don't like it though. But I think I'm firmly in the don't like. It's not one of my Christmas goes to. Conversely, the kid really likes it, so I'll probably end up watching it again before Christmas because he didn't watch it with me this time because he couldn't be asked.
Yeah, I've got to rewatch it as well because I watched this on my own this time.
So, but again, it'll be interesting watching it alongside a child because that actually does change how you experience a film sometimes. So, maybe I'll report back. Watch Letterboxd, SiMTN, to see if that changes when I rewatch.
I also want to see a picture of you on the Polar Express with your arms folded.
No.
Yeah. Or can you get away with wearing a swastika? No, probably don't do that.
No. I think no, just no.
Just pulling aside one of the waiters. Hitler had some good ideas. That's all I'm saying. Oh, very good. Right.
Okay, let's move on to our data section. So let's have a look at some of our ratings. IMDb. Have you looked? Do you want to take a guess?
I really don't have a handle on how well regarded this is, to be honest with you. Let's throw out a 7.7.
Oh no, 6.6. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly the same. Letterboxd 3.3. So very consistent.
Less than Gladiator 2, by the way. What's that about? See what I mean? Useless.
There's no killing in Gladiator 2 though, so that's the.
Oh yeah, you'd love it then.
Metascore 61. So pretty much aligned with the old popular opinion. Carl, I saw you gave this a 3 on Letterboxd. Is that right? Is that changed the same?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 this time.
He's upped it.
Yeah.
So I went for 2, although I did just little Letterboxd, and actually I did it 1.5. I meant to rate it 2.
That's harsh.
So yeah, I don't know. 2. I'll wait till I rewatch it again with the child and see if that goes up any. But I'm comfortable with 2 right now. Oscar nominations, 3 of them. Thrice nominated. Sound mixing.
Yeah. Okay.
Sound editing.
Okay.
And original song. So very sound based on this. For the song "Believe," the one I wasn't too sure about by Josh Groban, whatever his name is. Didn't win any. The ones it lost out to The Incredibles for one of them. Motorcycle Diaries or something like that for one of the others. But anyway, rewatchability, Carl. Where is it?
Every year, baby.
Is it a very yes?
Or
just a yes?
No, I think it's just a yes. Yeah, I think it's just a yes.
I mean, I've put no, but I'm literally going to rewatch it. so take that with a pinch of salt.
It's short enough, and
yeah. And as I say, it'd be quite an interesting scientific experiment to watch it.
Stop talking about the bloody death camps.
Best scene.
Oh, it's the one you hate. Losing the ticket. I think it's fantastic.
So I like it when the hobo gets disintegrated by being hit by a bridge.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Very good.
I would have preferred if it was a blood spatter, but
yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Best quote?
I do like, and this is kind of more about Hanks's delivery, I do like the, why to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express. But it is, here we only got one rule. Never, ever let it cool.
What a song lyric. Interesting.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that with my kids.
Yeah, cool. So I was considering one of the many absolutelys, but I thought no. I also quite liked young man, patience. And a smidgen of humility might also serve you well. Which is Santa basically going, fucking calm down, bitch.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Adnams Brewery, this, Southwold, isn't it?
Adnams,
yeah, it says at the top. Adnams Brewery.
Well, there we go.
Adnams Southwold, there you go.
Thank you. But the winner is the conductor when he says, seeing is believing, but sometimes the most real things in the world are the things we can't see. Like gravity, bitch! And he pushes him from the moving train to his death.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very good again.
Did you not see that outtake? No.
What's next?
Favourite character?
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing it pretty straight down the line. It's the conductor.
I see. I like the Joe Pesci elf. When
the grumpy elf. Yeah.
Well, yeah, where they're kind of talking and deciding whether he's going to be on the naughty list or not. I mean, they're all quite Joe Pesci elves.
They were, yeah.
But I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, I quite like the Joe Pesci elf. Definitely not Know-It-All Kid. That kid can fucking burn.
Burn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tearjerker? Any tears, Carl? Any?
I don't think actual tears, but I definitely a yes for this. I think the ending's lovely and very touching.
Oh, okay. Very no for me. Jerker. Any gratuitous nudity in here?
No, very no.
I mean, only no. Just if you're seeing anything here, what's wrong with you? All right, so that moves us on to our top 3. Very exciting. We've obviously done a Christmas block of films here, 4 episodes of covering our Christmas films. So we're going to cover our top 3 Christmas movies. And just to be clear, and I don't think we've strictly stated this in our top 3s, this is like our favourite Christmas movies, not the best quality films necessarily, right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
These are not objectively great films. There might be better Christmas movies in terms of like, oh yes, it's a good direction and it's a better film with a constructed plot and all of that. Fair to say? I'm basically covering for one of my decisions, which I'm going to be
I was
questioned.
just saying, it sounds like you've got a thing there. I'm just looking at mine, and I think there's maybe only one you could make the case for, and it's actually one I've excluded rather than... Yeah, anyway.
So do you have any that just missed out? Or actually, I'm going to start with disqualified. So, first off, Father Christmas, excluding it because it's a short?
I've got it on my list of honourable mentions anyway.
Okay,
so it
fine.
doesn't
Well, I disqualified it because I thought it was only... Die Hard, disqualified?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can we just... Yeah, look, we've got a tiny platform, so let's use it. That has very much one of the things that's adopted by the Being Grumpy About Christmas Brigade as being a Christmas film. Started out as like an internet joke that's gone completely out of hand. It had a summer release. You can watch it in the summer without feeling weird. Both at different times, both the director and the actor.
Genuinely, what you've just said there is a brilliant test of whether this is a Christmas film.
It works.
Can you watch it in the summer and not feel weird?
It works for Christmas songs as well. Friend of the pod, he knows who he is, gave me that description. I was like, yes, that's
that is
right.
good.
At points, both the actor and the director have come out and said, don't be silly, it's not a Christmas film. But yet, my God, does that roll on as a real sort of country. I think it's one of the best films I had. Fuck off. It's not a Christmas film. I have a list of these on my Letterboxd. I did look at it. I was like, oh, it needs a bit of work. I'm not
You've
too
not
happy
rated
with it.
that many Christmas films on Letterboxd, by the way.
No. Well, I've only been on Letterboxd like a year,
Yeah,
really.
but you do not watch all of these movies every single year because you're a big Christmas whore.
Well, I mean, you've only really got Last Christmas to go on, and I might not have been logging everything at that point. I was really just getting into the flow. So
Okay. Because it was a challenge for building the game. Anyway.
Yeah, there's definitely... what were you going to do there? If I'd have selected my...
Underrated.
Oh, that would have... What a cunt trick that would have been.
Exactly, right? Yeah, you'd have been like, oh, whoa, I've only actually rated 3 films, so this will really give it away.
Yeah.
So I was quite hoping you would do that, but you didn't pick it. I thought you would.
No.
I thought you would. Trying to lead you there. But didn't happen.
Yeah. So a couple of years I rated these, and the Letterboxd list I've put on that orders these is different to that. And I think if I was going to order them today, it'd be different again. So a bit of work to do. Father Christmas, honourable mention, misses out. Polar Express misses out. I actually did think, oh, maybe I could put that because I really do enjoy
you really
it, especially
like it as well, because there's 3 other really likes on here.
Yeah, quite. Klaus, I only watched for the first time
I've only
last
seen
year,
it once,
maybe.
so I couldn't put it on. Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah, same.
Absolutely loved it.
I basically took a rule of if I've only seen it once, it's not going on the top 3 Christmas movies. Because almost by definition, it's not made the rotation to watch regularly.
Christmas Chronicles.
Yeah, same
Watched for
thing.
the first time a couple of years ago.
I've seen it twice now. It's good. I do like it. It's just not quite cracked the top 3.
Yeah. So my top 3 is pretty
Can I just get to some other honourable mentions?
straight down the line. Yeah, go on.
So, It's a Wonderful Life. So I've only ever seen that once. I thought it was good. I liked it, but I'm not going to rush to go watch it again. The Santa Claus was another honourable mention. Very close, just missed out.
I went to cinema to see that.
And then The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is maybe a bit of a surprise.
Well, that's understandable because it's shit. Yeah, it's understandable that one's
just bubbled on that one. Anyway, go on. Number 3, Carl. Where are you?
Yeah, look, I'm pretty basic. It's Home Alone.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is where I've tried to put some caveats in for my number 3. So it's Love Actually. So I can't believe I'm actually admitting to this. And
look, I like Love Actually.
26 people.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, and I've seen it a lot, and it is a Christmas film.
It's a Christmas film. Yeah.
Definitely a Christmas
Undoubtedly.
film. Yeah. So yeah, that cracks the top 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
Number 2.
Arthur Christmas.
Ooh. So this almost made the list of Christmas movies that we discussed, but I didn't dislike it enough. I just found it... The first time I watched it, I was just like, that was a bit of shit. Second time I watched it, I was like, oh no, it's not shit. It's fine. So I might rewatch it again this Christmas and maybe it'll start working its way up.
That's really good.
I mean, it's Aardman. I do like Aardman. That's all good.
Is it Aardman?
Yeah. It's a Wallace and Gromit kind of one. But it's not. It's done with animation rather
it's
than...
computer animation.
Yeah. But it's still by them. My number 2 is Home Alone.
Right.
Because, as I say, basic. Yeah. Number
right.
1.
Does that then put us with the same number 1?
I think maybe.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
No!
Go on, what's yours?
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
No, I missed out for me.
What the fuck?
Musical in it.
No, come on.
So,
Every year, Christmas Eve, it's
I
got
like
to be.
it. It's good, but no, come on.
No,
musical.
it's and this is why I say it's my favourite movie. Like, if you were rating it on its quality of production, all of that, like, it would fall below what I consider real films. But this it is up right at the top for my favourite Christmas movie.
Dig into this Home Alone 2 omission then.
Well,
not even on your list of honourables.
Well, no, it probably should have been on the list of honourables. I basically got Home Alone to cover the Home Alone franchise / 2 films, not counting those other shit ones that I've not seen.
Oh, yeah. Basically anything from 2.
Yeah. But yeah, Home Alone 2 should definitely be on the mention. So you like Home Alone 2 more than Home Alone, even though it's essentially the same
Well, they're very similar, yeah.
premise?
I guess I've just maybe come to that or formed an attachment with that one first. Probably watched that at the right age. Maybe I was a bit young for Home Alone, don't know. But that's the one I sort of think of. I guess there's a bit more of the iconography and the whole New York snowy city type thing, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I think the first one just scores points for originality rather than the
Yeah.
redoing
That's good.
Die Hard 2 style of Die Hard in an airport.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Nope.
Well, that is all we've got. So if we moved the needle for you, or even if we didn't, please do rate us, follow, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review wherever you are listening. It really does put an extra toy in the stocking of the algorithm and get us out there to a larger, more believing audience. Our Twitter and Instagram and Bluesky is MTN Movie Pod. Our YouTube channel is @MovieTheNeedle. You can also find our page on Facebook and some occasional TikToks at @movie.the.needle. All details are in the show description, so please do follow and comment wherever you are. We do want to receive those comments, please. So for me and Carl, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm off to spend my Christmas holidays exploiting the horror Christmas crossover audience and writing the psychological horror version of the Polar Express, where characters have names, know-it-alls are the first to die, and Tom Hanks plays 6 different pedos. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!